it's Ina here, and I want to make another art journal page. This one is going to be for the CAC monthly hashtag event, and this one is called fan art. Yes, I know, when I heard it, it was like fan art, no clue. But then I was reminded of something I used to do when I was a kid. We used to make these Christmas stars where we used a bunch of folded papers that were folded all the same way, and then as you stacked them up they made this beautiful star. So I thought, well, let's just do something fan related. Doesn't have to look exactly like a fan or even be a fan, maybe just remind of a fan. That's good enough. So I gessoed my piece of paper, and I also collected thin pieces of paper. This is tissue paper, this is some really thin wrapping paper, some more tissue paper, wrapping paper, this is sewing pattern paper, this is something a friend sent me in Happy Mail, it's also tissue paper, this is a little bit of stamping on some deli paper. This is like a drop cloth I had with just messes on it. And then I have some jelly prints which were done on deli paper, I think. These came in a Happy Mail. So these are all kind of see-through and thin pieces of paper. And those are the papers I want to use. And I started, of course, so I can show you. And let's see. So here are a few I started. As you can see, I used this tissue paper for this, and the pink one, and I used this one on there, and this one, and basically they're just little folds of paper. And of course I will show you how I did this. Now I made myself a little template. This is 6 by 3, but of course it all depends how big you want to make your project, but having a little template like this will help me to cut out the pieces I need rather than having to measure every time. So I'm going to just start with this. And also when you have a template like this, you can kind of put it right over the pattern you want to have. So I'm just doing this, cutting it out. Now I will show you how to make one of these. It's pretty simple, and again, I'm not going for absolute accuracy. I just want to have some shapes. So now I have a little piece of paper. You can of course do this with any kind of paper, but I just wanted the thin one so it doesn't get too bulky in my art journal. So I fold it in half lengthways, and then I fold the end corners in on all sides just so they touch the middle. And again, this thin paper is a little harder to work with than the sturdy paper I used to use to make Christmas stars, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, just generally you want to create the same kind of pattern. So now I'm taking this corner here, turning it into a very sharp corner like this, to where the end of it lines up with the middle line like this. And I do the same here. It's kind of similar to when you fold an airplane, I guess, like this. And now I'm just taking those little wings here and fold them into the middle line. One on this side, one on this side, and that's it. So yeah, it's not perfect shaped, but I think you get the idea. And my idea is to just kind of line them up kind of in a nice manner and create somewhat of a fan-like structure, just something which might remind me of a fan. And I have no idea yet what I do for the background, but I'm gonna go ahead and fold enough to make like a nice fan, a little more than half, I guess. And I'll be right back with you. So here are all my little pieces. I think it is enough, and they're quite colorful. I tried to make everyone look different. Now of course I want to put it on my art journal page. And although I hardly ever use black gesso, I'm thinking of just making the background black and then arranging these somehow. Now, I think this is going to be more of a craft project than a normal art journal project, but I guess that doesn't really matter, right? So let's see. It is done, and as you saw, I changed my mind a little bit about the position of the fan. Originally I was going to just put one fan on here, but the page is really not all that big, and I think this way it gives just a better composition and a better way to use the space. So yeah, I quite like it. I hope you do too. I hope it gave you some new ideas. Please do follow the hashtag and have fun, and bye bye for now.